So I didn't quite get the chance to give my full review during the credits. I'll just give that at this point. This game contains a whole bunch of flashing sequences and stuff. I'll just chat about, like, review and stuff. Yeah, I just beat the game, and it was actually kind of crazy and, like, really fun. And I'll just give my review at this point. Actually, let's see what happens here really quickly first. Oh. Main quest Unicorn Overlord. I got Holy Unicorn Shield. I have so much Fevorite already. What does that do? Whoa, there's a lot of people here. Holy crap. Man, my squads are so messed up now. What's the Holy Unicorn Shield do? That's also debuff immunity. Pretty good. Well, there's not much to it. It's pretty basic. Just like, yep, that's a top physical defense and guard rate you can get on one of these shields. That's the normal guard efficiency. The only real thing it has going for it is debuff immunity. Nothing else. But debuff immunity is a huge. That actually is pretty good. That actually is a pretty darn good shield. So what's going on here? Let me just check really quickly.
If it's steel you're after, you're in the right place.
I'll take that. I'll take that. And I can buy Fev right here.
Done and done. Be seeing ya.
Be seeing ya. All these that are always limited. I didn't use any items, like, at all in this entire playthrough, I think. On this file. I'm pretty sure I did in my original file.
Good seeing you, friend.
So would this be like the most efficient place to be raising up rapport? I wonder. Deliveries. Oh, stuff is already done here. No, wrong thingamabob. I guess I can't station someone here. So fort. It's not. Okay, well, I mean, King Elaine. Missing your coronation with Lady Scarlet at my side. Well, it moved me to tears, if I'm completely honest. An age of peace has truly graced our lands. There's a lot of my units here, holy crap. Of course, much work remains to be finished. For this moment alone, I'm content to bask in the radiant warmth of your divine light. Yeah, there's a lot of my units here. Are they gonna stay here? Because I know I have them stationed at places. I can't open the map right now. So I guess I'm still in, like, a story sequence here, technically. I'll wait until I'm through this, and then I'm gonna give my full review. Should I find a seat somewhere, Lady Scarlet? I'm certain you must be tired after so much standing. Thank you, Rhaenys, but I'm alright. Yet your voice sounds strained somehow. Perhaps you've been speaking too much. Here, warm cup of tea to ease the soreness. You just pulled that out of your pocket? But yeah, it has not been that long since the game gave you your first ad? What? I don't understand. Always do know how to make me feel better. Been a long day for all of us, but I'm sure I'll sleep well tonight. Sure, I will too. It's already 1:35 in the morning. Yes, I feel much the same. Might as well talk to everyone here if this is like a unique one single opportunity to get the dialogue and stuff here. Looks like things have finally started calming down after the ceremony. Why don't you go take a look around? I'm sure the others would love to see you. Still have more dialogue. I always knew you'd be king someday, Elaine. It still feels strange, at least to me. Not that I'm not confident. Make a great ruler. I know that for a fact. Are you a little bit butthurt that I went with a goth girl? Twitch, not your game. Your mistake have awakened. Oh, I gotcha. Tis the greatest honor to serve you, your majesty. None shall enter the castle under our watch. People are not supposed to walk in. I never thought I'd set foot on Cornian soil again. And here I am. I'm not one for shows of emotion, but your coronation moved me to tears, my king. You know, it's been years since I've seen the castle up close like this. I'm sure you're exhausted after everything we've been through, too. But I know you won't let that stop you, not even for a second. You'll make a wonderful king, Elaine. I'm more than certain of it. Why am I getting an email from all events telling me about first aid training that I can enroll in? Also, it's so nice to see this like this and not all purple and filled with scary enemies and a ludicrously buffed up final boss. If anything's giving you trouble, just let your old court sorceress know and I'll make it disappear for you. Oh. Can you just erase bad video games from existence? Something like that? Yeah, well, it does seem pretty stock, but I'll still go through it all anyway. Now that the old trading routes have been restored, you can find anything you want here in Grand Corinne. It's one of the many boons of Coria's revival, your majesty. I haven't seen the city this alive in years. Does my heart good, that. Is that you, your majesty? What a pleasant surprise indeed to be graced by your presence. I only wish my wife and son were here to see this. Poor thing. You must be tired after all this ceremony. You must be tired after all this ceremony. The translation of this game, again, is not great at times. Maybe the hero of Feverith, yes. But you're still human just like the rest of us. Also, I clearly did not visit all the graveyards across the world because there's one right here. Give this lady Scarlet Violet ASAP and maybe throw her a few other games as well, what to delete from existing. Oh, and do let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I'd be more than glad to cure your royal fatigue should you ever need it. I saw a number of people injure themselves today. One had grown so wrapped in conversation that he fell clean from his chair, while another thought to perform a sword dance, drunk of course, and gave himself quite the scrape. Oh, but you needn't worry, nobody was seriously hurt, I'm pleased to report. If anything, they all seem to be enjoying themselves, despite the pain. That's a kind of joy only a new king can deliver, I suppose. A fine coronation that was, Elaine. I trust you'll carry yourself in a manner befitting the role. Let's say in a manner. If anyone's capable of leading this nation, it's you. Come now, Sharon. I understand you bear a duty as the appointed healer. You've barely had a chance to enjoy the festivities. It's alright with me. Just seeing everyone happy is more than enough. What of my happiness? All I wanted was to spend the day together, and yet... I suppose I could find someone else to fill in for a while, if you put it like that. I'd much appreciate that, yes. Shall we head for the shops? It's good to see you, my king. Do let me know if you'd ever like a fresh loaf of bread. That sorceress over there looks almost like a younger form of the esteemed Lady Anna. It couldn't be. Some things may never go back to the way they once were. Life has returned to our city all the same. It's incredible to see, don't you think? It was hard living here in Grand Corinne while the rest of Feathers was freed from evil. Now we get to experience the same joy. If you were living here in Grand Corinne, I guess you escaped the slaughter. You could do that with baguette, with the bread there that the lady was talking about. I've even left the city at times to reunite with old friends. That's great, man. You know, I never thought a merc like me would end up standing in a place like this. But I guess that's what having an eye for talent gets you. All I'm missing now is the purse of gold to go along with it. Gosh dang, I wasn't trying to talk to that guy again. Come on, don't look at me like that. I mean, I'll take the reward if you're ever offering. But I'd rather see that coin go toward making your kingdom a better place. Good luck with that, boss. Oh, what a cool guy. Every inn in the city's been full up these days. I guess this means peace is truly back for good. Until the next game. If a next game came out, I would buy it immediately. This game was actually really fun. Everything's clear, Your Majesty. Look, my dad says this fruit comes all the way from Elheim. Your dad lied. I thought elves and bestrels only existed in fairy tales. Now I've actually seen them with my own eyes. My friends are gonna be so jealous when they hear about this. When they hear about this! Oh my god. The dialogue of this game, I swear. You're really a king now, huh, Elaine? I will say, the crown did look pretty perfect on you. It's almost overwhelming in a way. This huge castle, all these people. And it's only gonna get busier from here too. Don't worry, I know you'll be ready for anything that comes your way. After today, everyone's just gonna head home to their own countries, huh? Who knows the next time we'll all be together like this, if ever. That's even more reason to speak with them now. We still have the chance, no matter how far away we might be from each other. There's no changing what we've been through. Next time you see someone, it'll be like no time has passed at all. I'm sure of that. Yeah, thanks, Morard. This has been so much dialogue, I need water. Lane, thank you for Thank you for inviting us today. It's a joy to see you finally getting the recognition you deserve. As for Bastorius, it's hard to say what comes next exactly. But I hope to stand a loyal ally to Cornea for the rest of my days, far beyond. It's the least we can do, after all the compassion you've shown my people. Is there being meta about them just repeating text again and again from this point forward? Is that being meta? You okay there, Morard? Yes. The ceremony finished and my stomach full. I must have simply fallen asleep for a second. It certainly doesn't help that Cornea is so warm either. I know what you mean. I think it's more than that too. Almost like we can finally just relax after all these years. Right you are. As for now, I'm looking forward to a good sleep once we get back to Astorius. It was quite the honor to be present for this occasion, Elaine. And in your enchanting land of Cornea as well. The battle to reclaim it was arduous indeed. But now our nations stand united to rebuild that which was once lost. I look forward to your reign with great anticipation, Elaine. I've no doubt that the world shall be a better place with you as king. Oh yeah, it's always two with the main characters. The castle's architecture is fascinating indeed. Quite distinct from what you may find in Astorius. I must say, I can't help but admire the sight of it. Trust me, Ramona, we know. Everyone saw you studying the brickwork up on the parapets earlier. Did you now? I wasn't aware my inclinations were that transparent. Such an opportunity may never come again, so I was eager to further my knowledge while I still had the chance. Though I find it rather embarrassing to have been caught in the act. Saying from this point it could feel like time doesn't pass by, so just meta wave to post-game eventually having no new text to share. Is that what one of the characters said? From this point it could feel like time doesn't pass by. My prince, I mean, your majesty. It's funny, I've been calling you that for so long. I need to mix it up in the vital moment. This war was a long one, longer than I had ever expected. Yeah, it's definitely one of my longer playthroughs. Was your sprite glitching out for a second and you got like a brief half mustache almost? Yeah, but this was a long playthrough. One of the longest around here in a while. Longer than I had ever expected. But we improved the lives of so many people along the way. I'll always be proud to have been a part of that, however small. I have nothing but gratitude for delivering us from Zenoiran's tyrannical reign. And now, your citizens shall repay the favor in support of your noble. But yeah, don't know his name, but that bear was indeed saying that, he's actually a lion, you racist prick. Already, what do you think of Grand Corinne? I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a few too many people for my liking, but it's nice to see them all celebrate like this, realizing we're the ones responsible for that. I can't help but smile a bit myself. Looks like peace is getting the better of you. It's amazing just how full of life the city is. Seeing how happy we've made everyone, I'm glad I'm here, Elaine. The question now is, what's next for the Crown King of Cornea? Can't wait to find out. What? I pressed A to talk from here before, but the same position, I can't. Yeah, I got canceled by the Unicorn Overlord community. I'd love to find a little something for my friends back in Elheim. Any ideas, Chloe? Maybe a honey apple? They're almost impossible to get anywhere else, and they're delicious too. If I may, my liege, your honorable presence is requested in the castle. Well, how'd I sound? There's room for improvement. Oh, you're right. I barely even convinced myself, to be honest. Good thing is, it doesn't matter what you are. King or not, you'll always be the best friend a guy could ever ask for. You better not let your sword get dull sitting on that throne all day. I'm always a shout away if you ever want to spar. Zenoiran's emperor deposed at last. We've begun resuming our old trade routes across Fevrith. My customers have never been happier, or more willing to spend. Oh, you have more. If I may, my liege, your honorable... Wait, is it just to see the other thing better than expected, actually? I knew you'd like it. That kind of charm, you'll have people eating out of your palm in no time. Hey. I don't know what I expected. The moment called for it, I shall gladly guard your life with my own, your majesty. It's calling for it right now. It's my man Herman! Sincerest congratulations on your ascension to the throne, your majesty. King Gilbert could scarcely contain his joy amidst the celebrations. I only pray that this newly discovered bond between our nations never fades into obscurity. Oh, and he gets two because he counts as a main guy, I guess. Never imagined this day would come, barricaded as we were in the halls of Baumrat. Now that it has, I find it almost as moving as my own coronation. You can only assume it due to your bond of friendship, forged beyond breaking in the fierce flames of war. And I believe the relations between Cornea and Drakenhold mirror the ironclad strength of that bond. Indeed they do. I pray that our amity remains as such for the rest of our days. It was a splendid ceremony indeed, Elaine. Thus we stand not only as friends, but brethren in kingship of our respective kingdoms, nations, whatever he said. I'm getting myself all mixed up. In truth, I had once imagined the throne to be a cold place, a solitary prison formed of duty and formality. Yet in its embrace, I found naught but fraternity instead. I owe that in part to my subjects, of course. None have nurtured that flame greater than you. May our paths run ever in partnership, my friend. Well, Virginia, where shall we be off to next? There's a tavern nearby I think you would love. Perfect place for a little drinking contest. Always a competition with you, is it? As if that's even a surprise. I'll never renounce the thrill of victory, and today I'm feeling even luckier than normal. I'm feeling even luckier than normal because I managed to beat this game despite all the BS it threw at me. Ain't the way then, with little intention of defeat myself. How old is Gilbert anyway? He looks pretty darn young. Are you of legal drinking age? Some ceremony, Elaine, really. I've seen you in formal wear plenty of times before. This feels different somehow. You've grown more than I ever thought possible. And now you've become just the ruler Cornia needs. Thank you, Elaine, for reclaiming our castle, for rebuilding our home, and for giving our people hope for their future, even though it took me over 140 hours. What is it with this year, 2024, being the year of so many long playthroughs that I'm doing? Like, what the heck even? Can I ask you something, Leia? Why do you keep standing off in the distance when I'm speaking to someone? Well, I prefer not to interrupt your merriment, my ladyship. Nonsense. These are your friends as much as they are mine. And they'd all like to talk to you, not see you watching them from a half mile off. If that is what you wish. I'll do just that, thank you. How's it going? My warmest congratulations, Your Majesty. Here we stand at the deserved end of a long-fought war. Or perhaps the beginning of a new era entirely. While I feel I should address you as an ambassador to Drakenhold, I want to thank you, Elaine. Not with the political trappings of a formal missive, but as nothing more than a private citizen. My homeland owes you a great deal for what you've done. As do I. Maybe someday I'll repay you for it. I have to say, Sir RMS, we're just going down the line of people chatting to one another, huh? I'm rather surprised to see you in attendance. Don't be. I could never have missed Elaine's most brilliant moment. Though the event has drawn quite a few dignitaries from other nations of Fevrith, I must take care to keep my identity concealed. Of course, I'll be glad to assist in that, should the need ever arise. If nothing else, I hope you can be at ease amongst our friends. Thank you, Leia. I shall endeavor to do just that. 'Twas a gift indeed that I could witness your coronation. Under your benevolent reign, Cornia's future will be most assuredly bright. And I admit, it is a true honor to even be a footnote in the grand tale of your ascension. Know that, however far I may be, I shall never stop believing in your cause. By now, I find it rather difficult to regard you at the same distance I used to. I fear simply praying for your success from the dark shadows of Drakenhold may no longer satisfy my desire to help. Of course, this will likely need to wait until you have a pause in your duties, but I should quite like to see you again, if time allows it. As a friend, please. Thanks, man. I'm glad to hear it. It seems the reconstruction has taken immense strides under your newfound leadership, my king. As we both know, this land suffered greatly before our final battle saw it reclaimed. And in truth, I wasn't aware that Cornia was quite this beautiful in all her full glory. I only hope I can stimulate the growth of my own home in such a stark manner. Of curiosity, can I? Yeah, I can still open my menu and tinker around with stuff here. Just curious. So, but I still can't open my map menu. I can open my quest log. If there's Atlus. Wait, Elheim's hidden treasure. I forgot this was a thing, I'm gonna be honest. The moment we left Elheim, each new landscape was more beautiful than the last. Though I'll admit, few vistas could ever match the spectacle of Grand Corrin. I would never have seen any of it without you, Elaine. It was an honor, truly. Thanks, man. Sarah Rosalind told me to simply enjoy myself for the day, but how am I to do that, exactly? You could always wander the city with me, if you've no other ideas. After all, it would be quite the shame for us to come all this way, only to stand outside the gates. Like that, yes. It's been far too long since we last had the chance to relax like this. Your command in securing the city was nigh flawless, if you'll allow me to compliment. I had to load saves a few times, so I don't know if I call it flawless per se, but I assure you, people of Elheim will speak of your exploits for generations to come. The legend of the hero and his journey to redeem our land and Fevrith whole. You care to train together once we've returned to Elheim, Athelion? If you want. I can't promise I won't hurt you. Emotionally, that is. Give me this crap. Now that I can finally grab stuff here. One hell of a ceremony you had there, Elaine. Best damn day I can remember, I'll tell you what. Not like that's anything new, though. Every day riding with you is better than the last. So, yeah. Thanks for keeping me around. And here's hoping I didn't hold you back too much. I was trying to talk to Liza, but war's over, yeah. But there's still tons we've got left to do. Don't worry. Me and Albin are in it for the long haul. And right, Albin? Like you even gotta ask. After everything we've been through, I wouldn't want it any other way. Back when I was first coming aboard, I could have sworn we'd all end up tossed in a jail cell. Or worse if things didn't go our way. Here you went and saved the world. Without a doubt we'd make it through. Pulled a lot of people out of the mud too, including me. Thanks for that, Elaine. Yeah, we're gonna be here chatting with everyone a while. By the way, Magellan, you heading back to the desert now? Not yet. You probably know this, but some of the old gang went right into Cornea when things got bad. Figure now is as good a time as any to track them down, though. I even tried my hand at fixing up a town or two. I'm coming too. Yeah? What about the Scorpions? Easy. Albin will take care of him for us. Hey, don't go volunteering me for stuff without asking me first. Though, I wouldn't mind doing you a favor, just this once. They'll never go back to the way they used to be, but we're gonna keep pushing forward, heads held high, just like you did. Hey, it's like it's finally over, huh? Well, apparently there's a little bit of post-game content in this game, so I will stream it like once or twice more, and then we're done. But we're done with the main stuff, yes. I guess your work's still just getting started. Maybe I'll work on finding myself a boat while you're busy. Just let me know when you got some downtime and we can sail the open seas, you and me. I don't really feel like it. We were fighting for a long time there. Yeah, since March of this year. It is currently August 31st. Just because it's like 1:55 in the morning. I started streaming August 30th. Glad I got the chance to go home. Though, and see you too, I guess. Glad I got the chance to go home, though. That's what I meant to say there. Well, a relief knowing our desert's still alive and kicking too. It's crap. Worry not, my liege. We shall guard this fort forevermore. Ah yes, this random fort out here. Your strength of heart astounds me, Mike. Not only did you guide Feather to an age of peace, you did it by your own blade, not anyone else's. We're just gonna be chatting to people here for like an hour plus of game time. I couldn't be more proud to have played a part in that, however minor it was. My bow is ever in your service, your majesty. So give me the order and I'll be there. Wow. There. Everything's going to be alright now. Oh, Elaine. The end has come and gone. You've grown no closer to the demise I promised to oversee. Yet my mind has been set from the moment I agreed to join your ranks. I'll continue to observe how you live. One day, I fully intend to watch you die, no matter how long that takes. Alright, I'm not out here to kink shame, but that's pretty weird. The city may celebrate, but our people are suffering from the plague, even now. Just a moment's rest and I'll be getting back to my work. Though I have to say, there have been far fewer cases now that we've driven Zenoiran out of these lands. I suppose I should thank you for that. My research would never have continued if not for you. A large man wielding a mighty hammer helped us restore our town to its former greatness. It's not a surprise to learn he'd once stood shoulder to shoulder with the liberation itself. Morden? Are you sure we deserve this royal visit, my king? Imagine you have business in far more prominent towns than ours. I'm busy talking to everyone. Except these two guys in the back that I apparently can't talk to. Look at you, king of the whole damn country now. I've been keeping an eye on you ever since I joined this little army of yours. I'm not stopping anytime soon. You break your promise and you know what happens. No telling what dark corner a rat might be hiding after all. He's still gonna hold it to me that he has the offer on the table to kill me if I'm not a good ruler. It's like Nina's leaving us again. It's not like she's dying, though. It just means we'll have to go visit. Can't wait to see what the parents think of a couple of old bandits showing up unannounced. I beg you, Nina, come home with me. Our mother and father are desperate to see you again. Still, how can I possibly look them in the eyes after all I've done to our family? Your parents, kid. They'll forgive you. He's right, you know. Doesn't matter what's happened since you left. I'm sure they'll just be happy you're finally back home. Well, you can even tell them stories from the war if you want. I suppose you're right. I'm not certain how they'll react, but there's only one way to find out. Oh, how surprised they'll be to learn I've fought beside the Liberation Army. Our family is forever in your debt, my king. All her time with the Liberation seems to have changed Nina into a new woman entirely. Allow me to thank you again for taking her under your wing and aiding me when I needed it most. Oh, Your Majesty, I'm not sure how much of that you heard, but I've decided to return home to my family. I plan to tell them everything we accomplished in our travels. Everything I accomplished. Oh, Your Majesty. You may explore further by returning to the area. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of that section there. I just want to make sure I've chatted to everyone here first. As loyal servants of the Cornian throne, we'll gladly lay down our lives if duty calls for it. Well, listen, Elaine. I'm glad you're king and all, but it's a real shame you're trading that sword of yours for a nice, harmless quill. I fought a lot of men in my day, both before the war and during it, but I've never met a soul half as tough as you. Just promise you'll give me a match every now and then, yeah? Oi. On the sprite in the overworld, the eye patch is on her left eye, and on the sprite in the text box is on her right eye. Well, I'm sure gonna be boring without you around. You can always try roaming the land, searching for the toughest challenge. That sounds a bit too much like the old man for my taste. Let's just forget I ever said that. The toughest challenge, huh? Try playing Skull and Bones without falling asleep. Never thought I'd feel quite so at ease outside of Elheim's forests. Of course, the only other time I've crossed our border was for a journey of nigh endless battles. To make the trek once more, and for such a wonderful ceremony, fills my heart with true and utter joy. Congratulations yet again, Your Majesty. When I first met you, I was terrified for what might happen to our home. Zenoiran had found a way past Ervelda's protection, taken Elterland hostage. And that's when you arrived. I'm not sure you realized just how much it meant in that moment. Thank you, Elaine. Truly. I actually meant to talk to you a second time immediately. Pardon the query, Terrace. Were you able to eat enough at the banquet? I was, thank you. What a stunning banquet that was. I could eat Cornian food every week of the year and never tire of it. Every week, might prove a challenge procuring ingredients from Corny at such frequency, but please, Raylanor, don't trouble yourself. It was just a figure of speech. And yet, I still wish to see your every wish fulfilled. Listen to me. Telling you every last thought that crosses my mind. I must have let my guard down now that the war is over. Coronation is complete, Your Majesty. Now you come before me, king and true. This is a fact celebrated by all the world over. Now, I dare not presume to lecture you, yet I pray you share with us the burdens of the crown, rather than attempt to shoulder them entirely yourself. Though no matter the circumstance, I have my undying support as captain of the Royal Guard. Shall we, Renaud? Our work here is far from finished. But of course, let us be off at once. 'Twas a decisive battle most splendidly fought, Your Majesty. My own atonement remains ever distant. To know that I'm eternally grateful to have played a part in our victory. You were part of my most OP squad, man. Apart from, unless you count my most OP squad as the one that defeated the final boss at the end. That I made to be, like, as OP as possible. Redeemed my life on more than one occasion now, Hunter. I'm grateful, old friend. I only did what any man would. That word shall only carry us so far. Let us dedicate our strength to Cornia Reborn. Much has transpired on our path toward this moment, Your Majesty. Though in truth, bearing witness to your ascension, assisting it in some meager way, will always be my greatest treasure. And now, my role with the Liberation has reached its natural conclusion. I shall ever stand as your faithful servant, for the royal lineage and for Cornia. I can still remember when you were but a child. How you've grown since our days on Plevia. Oh, not all that much with the second one, huh? Oh, look who won and got his castle back. Never doubted you for a second, boss. And hey, I can't thank you enough for snapping me out of it. I mean that. Of a place you got here, Elaine. Though it was hell getting it cleaned up too. Can't say that was a surprise given the state Zenoiran left it in. Glad we got it looking good as new in time for the big day. I can say that again. After all he's done for us, Elaine deserves a bit of royal comfort. You really never change, do you? No matter what we've been through, the thought of me betraying you has never once crossed your mind. If anything, the more time we spend together, the more sure of your stupid decision you get. Now you barely even leave me alone. So, I'm not complaining. I don't mean to spring this on you, but what do you two say we get back to the old gang? I mean, rebuild the tricorns? I've been ready to ride since the day you left, boss. I want the both of you back. I bet the rest of the crew would come running too. Alright. I'm in if you are, Ren. Glad to hear it. Now come on, we've got work to do. That was some ceremony, Elaine. Barely feels right anymore, standing here talking to you like nothing ever happened. Sorry, couldn't help the joke. We both know that you and me are just getting started. All you have to do is say the word, and I'll be there anytime you need me. You sure enjoyed that feast, huh, Bruno? I don't think I've ever seen someone eat their body weight in food before. But what else was I supposed to do? It's like this for once in a lifetime, you know? Oh, maybe I did get kind of caught up in the moment. Thankfully, Elaine didn't really seem to mind. I guess that's our noble king for you. Give me all this crap on the ground. I need it for, I don't know. At this point, have you been taking the moment to speak with everyone, Your Majesty? Yeah, it's taken me a long time. Hell, couldn't wait to see you, even since before the ceremony started. Myself included, of course. I'll still be working in the palace with the Knights of the Rose, so I'll have chances for conversation whenever I want. Maybe focus your attention on those who traveled from abroad instead. I trust you're not getting into any trouble over there, Keitra. What kind of lowlife do you take me for? I'm here to protect the queen, not bother her. That's a relief. Sometimes I've wondered if you'll ever grow up at all. Wait, Keitra? Well, before the ceremony today, I actually just forget I said anything. As if that's gonna happen. Tell me what you've done this instant. Hey, not so loud. I'm dead meat if the queen finds out about this. You out here alone, Your Majesty? I'm sure it's safe with all us knights around, but it hurt to be a little more careful. Never know what kind of drunk fools might try and pick a fight with you. Though, knowing you, I'm sure you'd smack him down without even lifting a finger. Keitra, how many times must I tell you to speak more formally when addressing His Majesty? A lot, apparently. I know I'm supposed to, but I just can't help it, you know? Plus, the queen told me she didn't mind, so I kinda stopped trying. Sorry. Realize you're meant to conform to the wills of our masters, not impose your own upon them, yes? It's an honor to see you here, Your Majesty. Everyone who once contributed to our war effort remains walking the enlivened streets of Grand Corinne. I hope you find the occasion to speak with them as well. I sure have been. Queen Elenia shall be safe beneath my watchful eye. I assure you of that. As a former queen myself, and as your mother, I'm exceedingly proud of all that you've done, Elaine. Not only have you served as a faithful shield to our subjects, you've restored peace to the entire continent over. Thank you for taking the burden of leadership upon yourself. There are few greater joys in life than being warmed by the sun's rays, surrounded by the people you love. It feels as though the earth itself has labored to bless your coronation. Go and Cornia, soldier. Let our beloved Cornia be the bedrock upon which your new reign rests, not lasts. I move beyond words, my king. This barely feels real, but I know in my heart that it is. Of course, House Maillet was my sole priority when we first met. Having seen what a fine man you are, what a fine ruler you'll become, I'm confident my lady made the right choice in joining you. I suppose her fascination with you was well placed in the end. She always knew you bore the strength of will to succeed in your aims. Come, my lady. House Maillet awaits. Already told you, Colm. I'm not going anywhere until I have a private audience with Elaine himself. But you can return to visit him anytime you wish, my lady. A noble house, on the other hand, will suffer greatly absent the presence of its leader. And let it suffer. Days like today only come around once in a lifetime. Please, Colm, tell the others it was another of my selfish whims if you must. Much enjoy being made and accomplished in your passions. Very well. Excuse shall I give the servants for our tardiness. You looked wonderful up there during your coronation, Elaine. But, I don't know. I think that made it feel all the more real. And I suppose this means I'll have to call you Your Majesty from now. Or now. It's kind of sad when you think about it. Still, it doesn't matter to me if you're a peasant or a king. My fondness for you is the same as ever, as I expect it always will be. Probably a tier 3 sub to Elaine's channel, aren't you? Elaine makes for a handsome king, of course. But I wish I could see him as a warrior again, blade in hand just one more time. My lady, please. There shall be no need for such displays in this blossoming age of peace. In fact, I expect His Highness will find it difficult to even train anymore. After all, who would be foolish enough to point their sword at the king himself? I guess you're right. How I wish I had offered to train with him while I still had the chance. I'll handle the defenses here, Your Majesty. Please, go enjoy yourself. I'll take that. Oh, man, I'm getting fat-shamed! Okay. I have to say, Your Majesty, you look the part of a king even more than I expected. If anything, I'd almost forgotten you were royalty during our time with the Liberation. Still, I've earned my fair share of praise for my part in the war. I'm glad that it's over, of course, but I can't help but wonder if I'll never reach those heights again. Forgive me, Your Majesty. Now's not the time for such selfish shots. I'll always strive to maintain my use to you, no matter what times we're living in. It's hard to believe I achieved so much in your service, knowing the endless failures which came before. If only my mother were here to see it. Do you think her words would be as kind as yours? I'm sure they would. You know, it seemed like nothing but bluster when I first met you. But you've only gone and saved the world. You're a hero to us all, Elaine. A brave soul who vanquished evil. And a wonderful leader who's more than earned the trust of his people. Any nation with you as its king will surely prove a fine place to live indeed. Just think of all the research I can do with the financial backing of the royal court. My heart is racing already. I'll take that. I'm glad I was here to witness your coronation, Elaine. You've saved so many over the course of your travels, and I can tell you're not prepared to stop now. It makes me feel all the luckier to have counted among those numbers. I promise you, if I'm ever faced with such a dilemma again, I won't err in my ways. That could have been a comma, semicolon. Totally could have been. I'll fight on, for the people I hold dear, and for myself. Yoink, meager scrap metal. If only you could rule the entire world instead of Cornea alone. I'm certain it would bring an end to war and strife as we know it. Though, perhaps that was a bit of an exaggeration. Your kind, merciful leadership has swayed many to your cause, Elaine. Myself among them, of course. It's grown clear to me now. You are the guiding light which illuminates our world. May its splendid radiance never fade from this land. Wow, high praise. Have you any plans for what comes next, Humorous? I'm going back to Albion, yes, to my brother. There's still much work to be done, both for our lands and for our orthodoxy. But once matters have settled down a bit, I was thinking it might be nice to plant a garden near my home. Wow, that's something that I want to do too! A lovely idea. Perhaps I could pay you a visit once it's finished, assuming you wouldn't refuse the company. It would be an honor, my lady. I hope that by then, it will have grown into a tranquil refuge worthy of your presence. How's it going? It's hard to believe I stand before a king. You have a different effort about you now? Air about you now. This is what happens when I stream for long periods of time. My brain starts malfunctioning more and more. It's been evident since the moment that crown was placed on your head. I may have tested you once. You've more than proven yourself worthy of my trust. I just hope you can find the time to visit Elheim every now and then. Our entire kingdom will have nothing but praise for the greatest hero Fevrith has ever known. It's been quite the novel experience witnessing another land's coronation. Yes, it was rather unlike our own rite of succession, yet beautiful in the same breath. Delegations hailing from every land of Fevrith. It feels as though the entire world has joined hands in harmony. Harmony which will surely see more visitors grace Elheim's forests soon enough. We proud of your role in forging that bond, Terrace. With any luck, everyone present at the coronation today will continue to strive toward deepening it further. I pray you're right. So I'm just now thinking. Yeah, so that's what I was wondering about. Nigel did indeed join properly, and Herman is a permanent join as well. I was thinking about, like, the characters at the end during the final battle, where I got him as, like, a permanent recruit, and he seemingly joined my army, even though he looks so much like a generic unit. Considering he has his helmet on. But hey, I've got him. I got 2 new units as rewards during the final battle for getting some other areas. Zenoiran destroyed. The other lands of Featherth have started showing signs of recovery as well. Doubt our services will be called upon anytime soon. We'll train daily all the same. So is it possible then to do everything but Albion and then beat the game and then get all this stuff and then go to Albion and then still get Nigel? Or how would that work? Or can you only get like the true ending if you've liberated all the places? I forgot the word for a hot second. All is well, Your Majesty. Allow me to offer my heartfelt congratulations, Your Majesty. The crown of Cornea could belong to none more fitting than the man who helmed its very redemption. 10 long years have I clung to my spear, wishing that this moment would one day come to pass. Now it has, thanks to you. I have nothing more but the utmost gratitude, my king. Looking at Berengaria there, like, was it earlier today? Well, not today because it was after midnight, but yesterday. Very recently here, there was the Castlevania chapter that came out in Dead by Daylight. And while I don't really play Dead by Daylight all that much anymore, that is a DLC I've very much heard about because it's friggin' Castlevania. I've seen a decent bit of Belmont gameplay. And looking at Berengaria's outfit here, it made me think I was looking at Trevor Belmont in in Dead by Daylight. Pray you are watching over us, my parents. In due time, our beloved province shall return to its bygone glory. Shall the home you gave your lives defend. My sincerest congratulations on your ascendance, Your Majesty. I know my grandfather was relieved as well to hear these matters of war have finally subsided. My citizens suffered far too long under the crushing oppression of Zenoiran's regime, yet I know in my heart that your reign shall prove far kinder. It seems our time together has come to an end, Clive. Indeed it does. This can wait, of course, until affairs in your territory have quieted down. But I wish to pay a visit to Marquis Norton. I'd be most pleased if you were willing to accompany me. I'd be glad to. Certain the Ash and Blue have struggles of their own as well. If there's anything I can do to aid in those struggles, simply let me know. I will. Thank you. Okay, well, they're definitely on pretty good terms now. Doesn't seem like I'll be catching up anytime soon the rate you're going. But it won't be for lack of trying, I'll tell you that much. While you're up chained to your desk in your stuffy old castle, I'll be training, same as always. Let your blade lose its edge, and I'll overtake you before you know it. Just don't get too weighed down by that crown, Elaine. Gotta say, my heart's still pounding after that ceremony. What do you say we spar a couple rounds, Adel? Oh, I've already started drinking. Oh, come on. One flagon of ale's not gonna slow you down too much. You lost your mind, Baroness? Someone could get seriously hurt. That's enough, you two. Plenty of time for a drunken brawl. Today is not that day. See, Clive agrees with me. Fine. I'll find someone else if you're gonna be that jumpy about it. Raise your glasses to King Elaine. Today we drink in his name. Your Majesty? Forgive me, sir. I was so focused on my ale, I barely even noticed you there. I mean, congratulations on your rise to the throne. With your heart beating in her chest, Cornea will become the greatest land this continent has ever seen. And it'll stay that way for the rest of time. I believe that with every ounce of my soul. Well, Clive, you gonna drink with me or what? Easy, my friend. Keep this up, and you'll not even remember the occasion come tomorrow. What a shame it would be to forget the only coronation His Majesty will ever have. Really have to put it like that? Fine. It's had enough fun for one day. Yep, late night gaming indeed. I wasn't expecting to be going this late into the night, but after beating the game, there's like this post-beating the game scene where you get to talk to all your allies at the end, so it's like, well, I may as well do it. And then the credits went by with epilogues for all the characters, so I didn't get the chance to talk about my full impressions of the game, so I still gotta do that. So it's still gonna be a little while, even though there's no gameplay going on anymore for the rest of this stream. I have to say, a nation with you as its king does sound appealing. Not that there's anything wrong with my own, of course. Your people will surely be happy living under the man who saved the entire world, dealt with a lot of really crazy OP crap the game threw at me at the end. Practically certain of it. Like, I was stunned by the stuff this game threw at me. Still, it feels strange talking to you like this. Now that you've become king, I mean. Worry I might accidentally say the wrong thing, or that others will criticize my lack of manners. It's a trivial thought, I know. I can't help but think of it. Good news is, I tend to forget those fears entirely once you're actually in front of me. How are you doing? How does that crown feel on your head, Elaine? It's the man who delivered Fethra from evil. I imagine it weighs quite heavily indeed. But if you try to solve all of our problems at once, you'll lose your momentum before you even get started. Remember, my wyvern and I are always here to help if you need it. Best of luck, Elaine. I'm sure you won't need it. You enjoy the banquet, Prim? More than I ever even thought possible, yes, but what? I was so invested in the feast before me that I forgot to search out one of those coins celebrating Elaine's coronation. Collect enough of them and you can redeem them for cool prizes. Events like these only happen once in a lifetime. I was too tempted by the allure of sustenance to realize it. Don't worry, Elaine handed me 2 of them just a few moments ago. I did? He did? I didn't realize my vices were that obvious. Alright, there's Dudos up here to chat to. You honestly helped me so much then. The fact that he came in to assist at the end of the battle, and I didn't use him for most of the battle, but then was able to use him to amazing effectiveness right during the actual final boss part of the map. Like, man, what's the right phrase here? You're a real one? I don't know. I very much appreciate this dude here. He's the homie. It's an honor to have witnessed this most special of days, King Elaine. Ever since Zenatio returned to us, we've spoken of nothing but your travels together. The great lengths you went to in bringing this bitter war to a close. It seems to have filled him with an unwavering sense of purpose, both in his search for atonement and in the future of Albion itself. It's clear as day the gentle kindness with which you lead your people. Thank you, truly. Not only for defending Lady Scarlet, or accepting Zenatio when few others would. Yeah, I know he's a bit of a weirdo sometimes. May the Father's blessings ever grace your esteemed kingdom. Shall we be off, Zenatio? Indeed. I believe I've said all I must to those I hold closest. I haven't spoken to you yet. What of Elaine? Do you not wish to recount the praises you sung in his honor? Or do you not wish to recount the praises you sung in his honor our entire journey here? Our savior is a king now, Sir Nigel. Not to open such sizable demands upon his time. See, there's no deterring your unbridled humility, even now. As you've come to these lands a dignitary of Albion herself. Any attempt you make to curry favor with Cornea's king can only serve to benefit our home. At least, that's how we shall excuse it to anyone who dares complain. Is that truly necessary? I feel this subterfuge is merely a means to justify my own selfish desires. Perhaps so, yet remain discreet. Your peers shall be none the wiser. It's not their opinion of me which troubles me, but that of the Father above. It was a great relief to see you ascend the throne without incident, Your Majesty. The crown of Cornea at last rests upon the head of its rightful king. Of course, the future shall hold struggles unlike any we faced during our brief time together. Yet I bear every confidence that one of your convictions you will surmount them with ease. Such is your station as the savior of this world. But are you certain it was wise to leave our basilica unattended, Sir Nigel? More than. My knights are capable of defending themselves. A fact you're very much familiar with. Moreover, what sort of leader would decline an invitation penned by a king? I suppose you have a point, yes? Not to mention your irksome tendency of shouldering the nation's burdens yourself. It's better you have a companion at your side to shoulder them with instead. Thank you, Sir Nigel. Rest assured, all my worry shall find your ear from this moment forth. Who all is left to talk to? Not a lot of people. Prepare to offer our lives in the name of our nation if we must. Everyone's been telling me that lately. Have you come to survey the fort, my king? Be ready at a moment's notice if you have need of us. It went from day to night to day to night with me chatting to everyone here. I've got to be almost done. Surely. I got these guys here. Maybe it's just this group. I appreciate it there. Oh, I didn't loot that random shack. Whatever. Hold on a sec. You never introduced yourself to the king here, did you? Oh, how rude of me. I'm Anna, Your Majesty. By the way, your coronation was the most beautiful ceremony. Congratulations again. Well, thanks. I've never been to a coronation before. Neither have I. It was even grander than I could have possibly imagined. And there. That should just about do it. If it isn't the king himself. Stay a minute, take a look around. Pretty good, right? Not a single brick out of place. As for what I do next, I'm thinking I might hit the road. See where else my hammer can come in handy. Expect that'll keep me busy for a while. Just say the word if you ever need something. I'll be knocking at the castle gate before you know it. Maybe a little more work there, a couple different touches here. That's not actually. Not when there are plenty more towns that need it. That's how this stuff goes, though. Doesn't matter how long you spend on it. You'll never feel like you got it perfect. I'm glad I chose to accept your invitation, my king. Though work on our city demands endless time and effort, I would have regretted missing this for the rest of my life. By all means, I should be setting off now. I should be setting off now the festivities have ceased. Shouldn't say now that? Yet I'm finding it quite a struggle to leave. Like, I guess even without that, it still sort of makes sense, but it's weird and it confused my head. In any case, thank the heavens above that you were chosen to lead our army. Shall I make for Albion, Lord Jerome? Well, perhaps we could stay here just a few moments longer, Of course, sir. Decision is yours. Jerome must really yearn for the companionship he gained while marching in with the liberation. Though I'm not sure he even realizes it himself. Our sincerest congratulations, King Elaine. Not only did you redeem our city, you wrested the entire continent from the cruel palm of evil. Thank you for sparing Lord Jerome as well. May the Father's light always shine upon your sacred kingdom. I mean, when the game constantly presents you with recruit them or execute them, it's like, what are you gonna do? You remember me, my king? I sure do. I work as a fisherman over in Uvier Harbor. Thanks to you, my home is full of life once more. Oh, I totally remember this dude. Definitely. Nothing to report, Your Majesty. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Truly a coronation most splendid, King Elaine. I always knew your blessed citizens would greet you with the same adoration I do. Of course, I am but one of many wayward souls you delivered from evil's grasp. Yet, I'm certain all who witnessed today's ceremony will feel redeemed in much the same way. May the heavens bless your reign, both now and forevermore. Only now, not forevermore. Meandering through your capital has raised my spirits rather dramatically. It may prove difficult indeed to reconcile with the people of my city, yet I shall never surrender hope, neither for myself nor for them. I honestly thought the squad I had you in would be a lot better than it was, but oh well. Never know when this newfound peace might come crashing down. I'll always keep our swords sharp just in case. Did I chat with everyone? Did I do it? I've been here for a while. Oh, I'm almost done. There's this random guy. Oh, never mind. There isn't this random guy over here. He's unrelated. I think I got everyone. I'm pretty sure I did. Let's loot this random thing. It's mine now. And now I'll go. Okay. I did it. I chatted with everyone. Wait, so can I replay the boss here if I want? Why is there a map here? Heed my call, he who boasts the ring of the unicorn. What's that voices? Kill them all? I recognize that voice. I thought the sages disappeared when Baltro did. Indeed we had. Yet there remains one final task which demands your attention. I'm doing it next stream. What is it? The northwest of Cornea lies the former capital of the ancient Zenoiran Empire. We shall speak further at the nearby sanctuary. Do not delay, lest the fate of your realm grow irreparably corrupted. Yeah, so there is some post-game content, but... Wait, please, I have still more questions. Like, what is the circumference of the sun? I seem to have no choice then. Sanctuary it is. Not right now. Wait, so yeah, this is just like... With a route to Grand Prince secured, Elaine steals himself for the long-awaited confrontation with Galerius, Emperor of Zenoiran. Okay, so I can replay the final boss whenever I want, but I can also just go here and see everyone that's like, whoa, we won! That's cool. That's cool that the opportunity to replay the final map isn't just gone forever like most video games do. I like that. Is that always gonna read as black now, even though I have the facility unlocked? I will really quickly redeem the Feather to Atlus, because I am at 100... Yeah, I am at 100% traversal now I've explored everything. What do you give me now? You finished it! You actually finished it! Just give me a few to copy this over. Honors, free mining pass, free meal ticket. Wow, that's like nothing. Just like that, my map is done! Only I could bring it to my wife in the afterlife. Might just find her way. You young man, I'll finally be able to hold my head high when I see her again. Beto! What? He was never real to begin with. It was all just a dream. Why is this still like a question mark? Even though I've done the objective at it. Alright. And then, yeah, I still need to get that treasure. And then Dying Breath of an Empire Fallen. I get a Zenoiran, whatever they're called again. But yeah. Yeah, and technically a little bit longer than that with earlier today. Because I knew I only had the final map left. If you want the true ending in this game, you have to get hitched. So I finished some conversations that I had to do with people to make them like me more. Then I had to get hitched really quickly, and then I started the final map. And I was like, I only have a few hours before I have to go pick up my Oma's prescription with her. And, like, I'll be able to beat this game before then and knock it off my schedule. It's done then. It's off of my GameCube. And then the final battle ended up taking me, like, forever. So I did phase 1 of the final battle, and then I left at, like, 7:40 after I've been streaming for, like, 4 hours. Went and did stuff there for a couple hours, came back, started immediately streaming again, and now I've been going for another 4 hours, and started immediately resuming from Final Boss Phase 2. And then found out there was a Final Boss Phase 3, and also Oplin coming out here with now the 2-year resub. Jeez, 24 months it was a little bit with the final map. Like, my god, it was fun. But oh my goodness, it was a challenge. It is definitely one of the biggest strategy game challenges I've faced in a while. I really quite liked it, but I severely underestimated how much time I would need for it. I greatly appreciate the 2-year resub
like
there,
torture.
Oplin. That was one heck of a long time to be subbed to the channel there. My whole spiel of hope you enjoy another month of the emotes and the sub badge, yada yada. You've heard it 24 times by now, or 23 times by now. Probably don't need to hear it again. I greatly appreciate it, because holy crap. Time sure flies, huh? 2 years, Jeebus. What's this? Oh, that's a side quest there. Yeah, I'll just do that next stream. Is there anything else in-game that I want to do really quickly? I'm gonna save these report conversations for later, because I have so many right now. Is the case. Where do we want to chill while I chat about this? Because there is a lot I want to say about this game. I usually give my full review during the credits, but I didn't get the chance here. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like, how are we already about to hit September of 2024? What even happened?